Hey, it's Jim coming back to you with Freedom Diggers Metal Detecting, violating metal detecting YouTube channel community standards by skipping the gimmicky intros and all the fancy editing and bringing you raw, useful content that will help you be successful. And today we're going to talk about the subject of splitting up what you find when you metal detect at a spot you've gotten permission to do, like someone's yard, for instance. I saw this subject on one of the groups that I follow. I've been getting a lot of my ideas for content from them lately, if you haven't noticed. And the consensus on this is pretty much where I'm at. There was some variations of it. I do have a video all about gaining permission to metal detect private property, and it's a good one. And I touch on this a little bit, but I figured I'd isolate this part of getting permission and doing a permission all by itself. So the thing about it is when you start talking about what you might find, and certainly the value of it, you're getting into dangerous territory here. Because when people start hearing about value, you know how it goes with money. People can change. They can turn on a dime. That friendly person whose door you knocked on and said, oh yeah, sure, you can go through the yard, have a good time, enjoy yourself and all that. Then you start bringing about value into the conversation, things can change real quick. My fast advice on this is don't mention splitting up fines with someone. Just don't do it, because you're gonna fall into a trap that a lot of people fall into, and it quite often doesn't go very well. You don't want to introduce something into the conversation that wasn't there to begin with. And if the homeowner is not mentioning splitting up fines or what something might be worth that you find, then don't introduce it into the conversation. Keep it simple. Sometimes they might ask, well, have you ever found anything that's worth a lot of money doing someone's yard? The answer is just no, not really. Not really. That's the answer that I would give every single time. I'd say, no, you know what? Mostly some loose change, maybe a couple crusty old coins. My wife kind of laughs at me because I spend so much time and money doing this. No one ever gets rich metal detecting. We all know that is an absolute fact. If you want to become a millionaire metal detecting, start out as a billionaire, right? You want to keep it real light and simple with them. What I like to say is, if I find any jewelry on your property, then I'm definitely going to give it to you. I say that because me personally, I'm not really interested in jewelry. I'm more of a coin shooter. I like relics, of course. I don't even go for gold jewelry. I've come across silver rings plenty, necklace here and there, that kind of thing, pendants. But they're not what really, gets my blood pumping. I'm more of a coin and like a relic kind of guy. If I find a relic that's really tied specifically to the house in some way, or maybe a current occupant, then definitely I'm going to give that to the homeowner. But I'm there for the coins and relics. And I try not to even say coins to the person that I'm getting a permission from. I'm not going to use the word coin, because a lot of times when you say coin, they might think value, because coins are money, right? And any coin in the ground might be old. People know a lot more about the subject of the potential of coins being valuable than they used to, and a lot of people think they know a lot more than they actually do. There's people out there that think that a 1958 nickel is just, it's going to buy groceries for a month. So you kind of got to be careful. Just keep it simple. So this is going to be a little bit of a shorter video. Here's one for you. Sometimes a homeowner will say something like, well, are we going to split 50-50 everything that you find on my property? And you can say to them, well, absolutely, I'll give you half the junk for sure. So there's just one to kind of put in your pipe and toss around between the ears and think about. I want you to get out there and be successful and avoid some of the pitfalls of the hobby, and splitting up your fines on a permission with somebody. That's one of the pitfalls. Think of it this way too. You're doing all the work. You're the one out there in the weather. You're the one that spent, well, let's see. Back there I got an Equinox 900. You've spent quite a bit of money on a metal detector. The homeowner, well, yeah, it's his land, but you're doing all the work. You're doing all the research. So I tend to think of it that way. So hopefully this video has kind of helped you out and put you in a zone that'll work for you. Everybody has their own viewpoint on this, and I'm not saying mine's necessarily the way to go, but really you do want to avoid, suggesting this to someone. So we'll see you next time on Freedom Diggers Metal Detecting, and keep a dig for your die out there. Thanks a lot for watching.